Hello, I'm famous. Do you recognize me? Oh, come on, you must know who I am. I'm an actor and comedian. I've been acting for 15 years here in Australia. All right, I'll give you my resume. I was on Underbelly for 20 seconds. Thank you. I was on Jack Irish as a Thai flight attendant. Same. And I was on Please Like Me, oh yeah, for 20 seconds as a Vietnamese waitress. Same, but different. But yes, I am famous for another thing, which is joy. Joy is my caffeine. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea. Oh, I do drink tea, I lied. I do drink tea. But my biggest drinking addiction is joy. And this is joy. It is a great feeling of happiness and pleasure. It is in here, this feeling when you take a little risk and it bubbles up from here, comes out, and you start to giggle. And it's that bit when you kind of like step out of the bounds of what you know and you're free. That is joy. Now, I asked my expert friends a couple of weeks ago about their childhood joy memories, and this is what came up. Have a look and see if you see anything that you did as a kid on there. My favourite ones are talking to ants, climbing trees in the nature, and reading my book to dolls. And when I read that, I just laughed because it made me remember about my childhood and what made me to be who I am today. That is me. This 7-year-old girl who did ballet and loved dancing. Now, let's go back before the dancing. I reckon I was dancing in my mum's stomach. Instead of kicking her, I was shaking my hips in there. Yeah, I was kneeing her. I also reckon I was a dancing egg as well. I'm saying it's in my genes. And I love dancing so much. It's been part of my life. I remember our house being filled with music, Vietnamese music bouncing against the walls. I remember karaoke out of the sound system. And I remember the 1980s, Love Shack and Come a Chameleon coming on and just dancing in the living room. But in that joy of music being in our home, there was also darkness. From the ages of 6 to 8 years old, the police would escort my mum, my 2 younger sisters and I out of the house to women's safe haven homes because we had domestic violence in our home. I remember in particular this one period in my life when I was 7 years old, we were staying at a nunnery and there was a sister named Sister Penelope, and we were in the garden this Saturday morning and we're just gardening, and all of a sudden this sound came across the fence into the garden, hit me and went past me. It was classical music. And as a 7-year-old child I went, where's it coming from? Where is it? Sister Penelope took my mother and I to next door, and it was a community room where they had a ballet dance academy. And me, being this 7-year-old child, looked at the window and saw girls like me with the tight hair up, ballet shoes, leotard, dancing. My mother saw me watching these girls dancing. And then that following week, I was the ballet girl. That one. Tight hair, ballet shoes, leotard, and dancing. And I danced everywhere. I danced everywhere in the ballet. I actually am a very good ballet dancer for 12 months. I won 3 blue ribbons and a bronze. But my mother, being a single mum and a Vietnamese refugee war survivor, and raising 3 daughters under 7 by herself on welfare, she couldn't afford ballet classes anymore. So the ballet classes ended and I still kept dancing. I danced everywhere, in the dark of the basements of nightclubs. You've done it too, haven't you? Yeah, we love dancing in the dark, but I also danced while walking home with my backpack, stepping on the cracks and dancing. I danced on the street. I danced in front of the mirror. I danced in my bedroom pretending I was a pop star. I danced in the forests and jungle, and I danced on video. And I have to say, because my mother gave me this gift of watching me watch these ballet girls dance, she allowed me to enter the arts, and I love the arts because the arts saved my life. So yes, I'm an actor and comedian, and I've had so many other roles as well. I've told you about my 20-second roles, but I've also had a lot of prostitute roles too. Lots of them, lots of prostitute roles. I also have written shows about what it's like to be a Vietnamese Australian woman playing these prostitute roles. And I've also done stand-up, thinking I'm a prostitute as well, because sometimes when you're acting a prostitute all the time, you actually think you're one. Manifestation, yes. Oh dear. And as havoc as the art industry is, and that goal of getting everything you want and being a millionaire and having a mansion, the arts industry does do havoc to your mental health. And I can tell you, I have had depression, anxiety, and heartbreak. And I know someone in this room, all of you, have experienced heartbreak. But through that 7-year-old child who danced, I have continued to dance, to laugh, to listen to music because it allows me to breathe. What the hell is this? LinkedIn. You've already heard before this, but yes, I dance on LinkedIn. What the hell? That's what I had reactions to when I started posting videos of myself dancing on this platform and became known as Dancing Diana. I have amassed millions of views on LinkedIn because I have stepped outside of the business platform into the arts and said, hey, come watch us. Come watch the arts take space. This is life. Because the arts is life. The arts is not a component when you put into a box. It is what I breathe every day. It's in my soul, and it saved my life by doing everything I could to be an artist here today. Now, it gets a little crazy because I went to the States last year, 2019, and I went on a Dancing Diana American tour. Can I remind you, I'm not a professional dancer. I just move these hips, right? I'm no Beyonce, or I'm no J-Lo, but I went on a Dancing Diana tour, and this is a crazy thing. I had over 500 strangers dance with me on video. My mind blew up. Why would these people be vulnerable and dance with me? And I can remind you, these are business owners, business CEOs, employers, employees, mums and dads. They're not dancers, but they chose to dance with me. And I realized it's because I reminded them of their childhood. And I'm just going to show you this, of these people who have commented on my video. Child explosion, sunshine, energy, life. That's what I was bringing to a platform where it was stuck here in this circle. But I was going, no, let's get outside of the circle. Let's be everything. And then I also realized another reason why they danced with me. It's because I was willing to fail first. I was willing to take the bullet first, and then they would hop off and on. I was JoyFool. That's me too. Sorry, I do that. I realize I'm not just a joyful, F-U-L. I'm a joyful. I'm willing to be a clown so that you get to experience joy. And I want to think about you. How could you be a joyful and why you should be a joyful? Because one, it's about connection, physical, emotional connection. You and I together, eye contact, in this room, energy. Also courage, willing to stand up and go, I can't dance, but I've got movement. Yeah, I can do this too. And number 3 is being present. And I talked about depression and anxiety and heartbreak. When my body has been so stiff and my mind has been so locked up, I have used my body as a sword and cut through the mental muck and mental physical muck of just saying, I've got this, by letting my body move. I don't want to talk anymore because the magic of dancing needs to be done together. Because I want you to think about this. What is your caffeine? What drives you to have pleasure in your life? See this list here? This list of play? How can you put that into your life now so that you can live now with joy today, tomorrow, and every day of your life? Because this girl, 34 years old, when I dance, I'm not dancing just for me. I'm dancing for my inner child that was so bloody free. So I would like you to all stand up. And I want you to be a joyful with me, all right? So we're just going to put the music on. Do you have bigger volume? Is that bigger volume? All right, here we go. Now shake off the stress. Shake off the stress. Let's do it. And I want you to do the staying alive. Because we're alive. And I want you to shake your hips, right, and dive right in and dance with your friend next to you. Dance with them. Dance with them. Woo, yeah. Shake it. Great. Yes, feel that energy in this room. This is joy. Yes. Thank you so much for being joyful. Thank you. I will give you a certificate when you leave. But thank you so much.